everyone, welcome back to the final story of my Italy trip. As you know, I've been wanting to tell you guys everything about all the places I visited. Meow! It never fails, does it? Come here, Milo. It's like clockwork. This last story, it's one full day of craziness and amazing views, but I wanted to save this adventurous tale for last. Before I get into it, I just want to say that because Lena was just such an awesome travel companion and such a big help for these videos that I'm putting out, I wanted to give her a little shout out. As I've mentioned before, Lena and I went to college together and we've been great friends ever since. My little shout out, drum roll please. Lena wrote a book. Lena wrote this poetry book, 24 Hours in Utopia. She let me see sneak peeks along the way, and I'm just so proud of her. I think it's such an amazing accomplishment. I've never written a book. Have you ever written and published your poetry? That's huge, and that's absolutely amazing. So I do want to take this time to say that if you are interested in reading, then I will put links to where to buy this and get access to it in the description below. Again, just wanted to do this shout out just because she was such a big help to me. Share something that she worked really hard on. I'm just so proud of her and I love that book, so please check it out if you're interested. So thank you guys for that. Where we are now in the Italy trip timeline, we visited the mountains while we were staying in Verona. So we arrived in Italy. The next day we were supposed to go to the mountains, but of course we got rained out. So we had to do some last minute scrambling, changing plans, figuring out what do we do. Pompeii was like my number one thing. I said I cannot go to Italy and not go to Pompeii. And this was like Lena's equivalent to that. There was no way we weren't going to do it. We had to do it. So we figured things out. We said, okay, we'll take a rest day. It doesn't hurt. Get to sleep in, explore Verona. So that's the day we walked the streets and explored the city, and it was absolutely stunning, beautiful, gorgeous. Then the next day wasn't supposed to be rainy. That was the day we headed to the mountains. So we got the earliest start. We took a train to Brixen. Arriving there, I felt like I was in another country. I felt like I was in Austria or Germany. We had even gone to a store to get some snacks for our hike. It was a lot of German beers, German cheese, German yogurts, things like that. In Brixen, we hopped on a bus to get to our starting point of the hike, which was a city called Ranui. In Ranui, that is where we came across St. Johann's Church or St. John's Church. In the background of this cute little chapel, you can see the Dolomites behind it. We explored a little bit, and I'm already in love at this point. While we were looking in on this little church, we were surrounded by this meadow, the greenest grass I'd ever seen. So peaceful and so quiet. That was definitely an amazing pit stop and a great way to start the day of a long day of hiking. And this is where things get interesting. So I definitely feel like I'm part of the Sound of Music. We're about to walk up to St. Johann's Church, and I just can't believe how magical this is. This trip is amazing and I'm so excited for today. Oh my gosh. Those are the mountains behind us and we're gonna try to get to them as closely as possible. Yeah. So leaving the church, we start our uphill climb and find the start of the trail. We were following a blog post. It didn't say it was going to be an extremely difficult hike. It said it should only take 3-4 hours. We were thinking, oh, that's plenty of time to get to the top, take some pictures, have a picnic by these amazing jagged peaks called the Dolomites. There was a couple of like, which way do we goes? But we got really lucky on the way up, figuring it out. I will say it was way hotter than we expected. I was sweating through my shirt, and I have realized something, that I am fine with stairs, not all day long preferably, but I could do stairs for a long time. But incline, my calves were burning. I didn't feel it in my hamstrings, not my hips. I didn't feel it anywhere except all in my calves. I was struggling. Totally high-key dying right now, but it's gonna be so worth it. exciting. I powered through. There were a few times where I was like, nope, I'm stopping. I'll meet her back here. Or nope, I'm stopping. I'm going back to the start. I can't do this anymore. But I couldn't do it. I just wanted to get there, see everything that we had worked so hard to go see. The hike was gorgeous every step of the way. We had waterfalls by us. There was a river flowing. There was no way I was going to give up because I just knew it was going to be so worth it. After much sweat, maybe a couple of tears, we made it. It was the most beautiful, peaceful place on earth. I'm sitting down because I literally can't stand any longer until full lunch, and look at what we have. We were resting on the side of a mountain. I felt like I was in Sound of Music at that point. I was just laying in the grass with flowers all around me, and again, the greenest grass. Everything was like pillow soft, and it was so natural. All these flowers and bees buzzing around, butterflies. There's weeds, but that's okay because it's so good for everything that contributes to create an ecosystem this perfect. It was a lot cooler now because we were at a higher altitude, so the air was a little bit more crisp and fresh. There was a little farm and barn behind us. The peaks of the Dolomites were right there, so close. It was a special kind of heaven on earth, describing the indescribable. And what a perfect day too. The sun shining, the clouds were puffy white against blue skies. I wish we could have stayed longer, but it's a good thing we didn't. Little did we know what the hike down would entail. See, I was super excited because we climbed up the mountain. So now all we have to do is climb down the mountain. I was very wrong about that. We would go down just to go up again, which was okay because we were seeing all sides of this mountain. But this is also where things get tricky. The blog post we were following, it was a bit confusing. It would say go down this trail number and turn right, but then it would have the trail number pointing to the left. What do we do? Long story short, we chose wrong. At this point, I didn't vlog anything. I did snap some pictures when I could, but it was getting to that crunch time because we had to make it to our starting point where the bus dropped us off at a very specific time. That would be the final bus that we could catch. So all of our energy, all of our concentration was focused on doing that, getting to that point. So we're in a foreign country with no cell service, no map, can't call anyone, we can't Google where we're at. Not to mention we were on a time crunch to get back to the last bus, to get on the train, to get back to Verona, to get to our Airbnb so that we could get a good sleep, so we could wake up early again the next day to get to Florence because we have a train booked to get to Florence in the morning. There's a lot at stake at this point. Our best bet was running into someone, hoping they spoke English and hoping that they could help us out. Luckily enough, that happened. There was a higher power at work. We ran into some people from California, headed back down in the direction we were going. Thank the Lord for that. They walk with us all the way down to the end of the trail and they say, okay, we're going this way, but you guys need to go this way. At this point, we're telling each other if we don't make it for the bus, we can figure out a taxi to get us to the train station. It doesn't matter how much it costs, as long as we get there, it's going to be worth it. So we start heading down, we're off the trail. I think Lena mapped it and we were like 40 minutes away from our bus stop. And we keep going down that path. I remember hearing cowbells and I was like, are those goats? Are those cows? I just heard bells. They were so loud and they now haunt my dreams. We're doing great. Maybe we got this. We're going along our merry way. All of a sudden, we start seeing a couple cows. I'm like, oh, cows! I'm from Wisconsin. I love cows. Lena was a little tentative around them, which is completely understandable. We're on this narrow path, right? Of course we are. And we come face to face with a cow. There's a little cow right in front of us. I'm like, okay, we'll just go around the cow. And so I start talking to the cow, like, hi, cow. We're just gonna go around. And as soon as I lifted my hand like that, the cow like jumps back, doesn't like it. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. worry. We just need to get around. And so I start scooching around the cow. All of a sudden, the cow starts swaying its head because it's getting agitated. It does not want us going around it. And I'm not about to get headbutted by a cow. I'm not about to get kicked by a cow, stampeded by cows. I'm not about this. I say, Lena, you have to go around. We have to go down this steep hill to go up and around just for the sake of this cow that won't move out of our way. So we get down. I just kind of freeze, not knowing what to do. It's getting darker. We're gonna get stranded in this forest and no one's gonna know to come looking for us. I'm having a million thoughts a second. And then here we go. Lucky again, we come across this family from Poland. It's a mom, dad, and it's a little baby. We asked them, hey, do you know where you're going? Can you help us? They were very kind. We kept going straight with them and they said we're so close to one of the parking lots. Again, we're going down a path. We have to get through this electric fence gate. What was more upsetting than that, got past a cow by the skin of our teeth. Now we're facing a full bull in our way. There's no way we are crossing a bull. We're freaking out. It looks mean. It looks angry. We decide, okay, we're just gonna have to hop this electric rope thing. The man found a piece of wood, pressed it down on the electric wire, helped us climb over so we could get around this bull. Now, the second we go through all of that effort, the bull starts following us, coming our way. We're like, if you would have just moved, we wouldn't have had to do this. It could have been completely avoided. Again, we're going down to go back up, to get back on the trail. And finally, thank the Lord, there's the parking lot. We told them our sob story. We told them how we got lost and stranded. They kind of looked at each other like, should we offer them a ride? We didn't want to ask because we feel like they would have offered, and they didn't offer. They helped us enough, so it's not like we could be completely ungrateful. Lena's like, should we ask them for a ride? And I see another group of people, and both of us explain, we need a ride. We got lost hiking. We need to get to the train station. If there's any way we can get a ride, we would be forever grateful. We would pay them, whatever. One of the ladies said, there is a reason that this happened. Nothing is a coincidence. We absolutely will help you and can help you. They told us that yes, our train left in 30 minutes, but it's also a 30-minute drive away. It was a race to the finish down that mountain. We were going so fast. There's literally nets holding up side of mountains and cliffs because of like rocks falling down. It catches it and everything. We get so close, winding all the way down. I'm getting car sick, nauseous in the back seat. I'm like, Lena, I can't talk right now. You have to be the one that talks to these people because I'm going to vomit at any second. And we got there just in time. We tried to give them money. They absolutely would not accept it. They gave us a business card. They said, if you run into any more trouble, just call this number. I believe in angels because we were rescued by two of them on this trip. We got there at the train station. We said our goodbyes, our thousands of thank yous. We go into the train station and our train was delayed. We had another 12 minutes before the train got there and left. We were able to hydrate, go to the bathroom, clean up a little bit, and get safely back to Verona, get a good night's rest to head to Florence the next day. I know this is a heavy talking video. I cannot express the adrenaline, the fiery pain in my calves, how worth it all of it was to be in that beautiful place. I would do it again. It was such a good workout. We met the kindest, most amazing people on our way. I am just so grateful for the entire trip. It's like we had so much good luck. It was kind of like that the whole trip. There was a lot of near misses. There were a lot of close calls. It just made us so appreciative for our good luck, our blessings. I hope you enjoyed this little story. We'll say goodbye for now. I'll see you guys next time. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay bright. I'll see you soon. Bye.